Hi, I'm Mike, and I'm going to show you how to make a loaf of no-knead bread the simplest possible way. Now, I'm actually going to bake into this 5-cup loaf pan here, and I'll be using the countertop oven here behind me. Now, these are my recipe ingredients here. I've got active dry yeast, I've got salt, and then I have bread flour. I've used all-purpose flour before, and it works out fine also. This is my mixing container here, and you'll notice I've already added 1 3/4 cups of flour to that bowl. So let's get the flour out of the way. Alright, now I'm going to start out with, let's see, 1/8 of a teaspoon of my yeast. Okay, we just sprinkle that in. Then I need 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Okay, that goes in next. Alright, now I'm just going to stir that up. Alright, now we're going to put 3/4 of a cup of water in it. And you'll notice I just use regular tap water. I guess if you have a chlorine problem, you may have to resort to distilled water. Okay, now we're simply going to mix that in. Now again, depending on your flour, if all of the flour doesn't get absorbed, you may have to add a little bit more water. But I like to, the object is to start out rather thick on your dough. So this one here is looking good. Okay, give it a few more stirs. Pardon me, I almost dumped it on the floor. Alright, but that looks just fine now. Again, that's mixed well enough. Alright, we put the lid back on it. You have to have a lid, otherwise the surface will dry out. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to wait all for 6 to 10 hours or overnight, and we want our dough to approximately double in size. In this container it should come up almost all the way to the lid, and then we'll go to phase 2. Alright, so I'll see you in 6 to 10. Okay, it's been 10 hours or so, and the dough has risen nicely. Yeah, the surface looks good. You can actually see a little bit of bubbling on the surface, and that's good. Now, what we're going to do next is incorporate the dough into our baking pan. And let it undergo a second rise before we actually put it in the oven and bake it. Now, what I need to do with my baking pan is to hit it with a little bit of Pam so that the dough doesn't stick. And you'll notice I also did the inside of the lid. Now I'm going to stir it down. And we're just going to dump it into the pan. There we go. All right, that gets most of it. All right, now I'm just going to flatten this out a little bit. All right. See how she looks now? And what we're going to do is just wait for 1 to 3 hours, say. But we want the dough again to rise, and in this pan it should come up almost to the top. All right. And after that happens, we'll be ready to stick it in the oven. All right. See you after we achieve a second rise here.